My dear one, I want you to take a deep breath right now. Yes, just like that, soft and slow. Let it fill your body. Let it remind you that you are alive, present, and connected to something greater than your to-do list. You may have come here today feeling tired, perhaps not just physically, but deeply in your heart and soul. Maybe you've been doing so much, giving so much, trying so hard to make things work, and still, something inside feels empty. Something feels like it's missing. You've been taught that in order to receive good things, you must work harder, try more, sacrifice more of yourself. You may have been told that rest is weakness, or that ease is a fantasy. That if you are not constantly producing, constantly busy, constantly pushing, then you do not deserve the rewards you dream of. But I want to tell you something very gently and very clearly. Your prosperity was never meant to come from hustle alone. You were never meant to run yourself into the ground just to prove that you are worthy of love, safety, or abundance. You were not designed to live in tension every day, fearing that if you slow down, everything will fall apart. Life is not a punishment. Life is a gift. And prosperity, true prosperity, does not come from fear or stress. It comes from alignment, love, joy, and trust in the flow of life. When we feel we must earn every drop of goodness through exhaustion, we disconnect from our divine truth. We disconnect from our heart, from our breath, and from the gentle rhythm of life that always wants to support us. You are not here to prove your value. You already are valuable. You already are worthy. You already are enough. You do not need to hustle yourself into burnout to become deserving. Many of us were raised to believe that the more we suffer, the more we earn, that the harder the path, the greater the reward, that rest is laziness, that stillness is waste. But those are old ideas, built on fear and survival. They are not truths of your spirit. The truth is that your prosperity can come through peace. It can come through alignment with your heart, your purpose, your joy. It can come not just from what you do, but from who you are being. I see you. I see how much you carry. I see how often you have questioned yourself when things feel heavy. But you were not wrong for feeling tired. You were not wrong for needing space. You were not wrong for wanting ease. There is a part of you that remembers a different way, a softer way, a more natural way. That part of you is not lazy. That part is wise. That part of you is calling you back home to yourself. So let us start there in the softness, in the gentle truth that you are allowed to rest. You are allowed to receive. You are allowed to release the grip and let life support you. You are allowed to be in partnership with the universe, not in a battle with it. You are not alone in your journey. Life is not against you. In fact, life is always trying to move you toward your highest good, if only you will allow it. This is not about doing nothing. This is about doing what feels right, what feels loving, what feels alive in your heart. It's about choosing peace over pressure. It's about trusting that your value does not come from your struggle, but from your spirit. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are awakening. You are beginning to remember that you were never meant to earn your worth through exhaustion. Now let us look gently at where this belief came from, the one that says hustle is the only way. For many, this idea began early in life. Perhaps love was only given when you performed well. Maybe safety felt like it depended on being useful, perfect, or productive. Maybe you were praised for doing, but rarely for simply being. Over time, it became easy to confuse worthiness with effort, to believe that slowing down would mean falling behind, that if you didn't keep pushing, everything you've worked for would disappear. But you are no longer that child. You are no longer living in those old stories. You are now free to create a new relationship with yourself and with life. You are allowed to rewrite the rules. You are allowed to say, I no longer measure my value by how much I do. You can begin to explore a new belief. I create more abundance when I am in harmony with myself. There's a very big difference between doing and being. Doing is when you are always chasing, always fixing, always reaching. Being is when you are present, peaceful, and guided from within. And the most beautiful truth is that being does not make you less productive. It makes you more powerful. When your actions come from a place of alignment and love, they ripple out with grace and purpose. There is no rush. There is no clock counting down your value. There is only now. There is only your breath. There is only the soft whisper of life that says, "You are safe. You are supported. You are allowed to trust. You do not have to carry everything. You do not have to hold so tightly. Let your shoulders drop. Let your heart open. Let yourself remember the ease you were born with." I know it can feel scary to slow down. I know it may feel like you are going against everything you've been taught, but I promise you, there is great wisdom in stillness. There is power in gentleness. There is abundance in rest. When you stop forcing and start flowing, life begins to respond differently. Opportunities come with less resistance. Solutions appear without struggle. Miracles unfold quietly, like flowers in spring. So as we begin this journey together, let this be your first step. Release the belief that you must hustle to be worthy. Let go of the idea that only through exhaustion will you succeed. And open yourself to a deeper truth, that prosperity is your birthright, that ease is not the opposite of success. It is part of it, that when you care for yourself, you are not wasting time. You are building a foundation for real, lasting abundance. Repeat softly, within your heart or aloud if you feel ready. I allow prosperity to flow to me with ease and grace. Say it again. Let the words wash over you like warm sunlight. Let them soften the tension in your body. Let them settle into your spirit. You do not need to push anymore. You are ready to receive. Now let's take a moment to feel this truth in your body. Close your eyes if you wish. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe gently and allow yourself to feel the safety of this moment. Nothing is required of you. There is no need to prove anything. Just be. Just feel. Just allow. This is the beginning of a new way, a way that honors your energy, your joy, your soul. You are not lazy for wanting rest. You are not foolish for desiring peace. You are simply remembering the truth that has always been there, that your life can be joyful, your work can be fulfilling, and your prosperity can arrive in beautiful, gentle ways. There is no shame in this. There is only freedom. You are walking a path of remembering now, a path of ease, a path of deep, loving prosperity that flows not from burnout, but from balance. Let us keep walking together. Let us keep unfolding. Let us keep opening to the kind of abundance that comes not from force, but from love. My dear, let's keep walking this gentle path together. Let's open more deeply to the beautiful truth that has always lived within you. Prosperity is not something to be earned with pain. It is something to be received with grace. There is an energy in life, a rhythm that flows beneath all things. When we are rushing, striving, pushing, we often lose our connection to that quiet, powerful flow. But when we soften, when we breathe, when we trust, we return to the current that was always meant to carry us. Prosperity is not just about money. It's a feeling. It's the peace that fills you when you know everything is working out for your highest good. It's the freedom that comes when your needs are met with ease. It's the quiet joy of being in alignment with your true self. This energy of prosperity doesn't come through fear, pressure, or panic. It comes through joy, love, and faith in life itself. Let's take a moment to feel into this truth. When you are relaxed, when your heart is open, when your mind is clear, Don't you notice that life seems to unfold more easily? The right ideas come, the right people show up, the opportunities arrive. It's not because you tried harder, it's because you aligned with the frequency of abundance. You see, life responds to the energy you carry, not the stress, not the overwork, but the emotion behind your actions. That is what the universe is listening to. You can do all the right things, but if you are filled with fear or doubt, the results will reflect that. And yet you can do very little in the physical sense, but if your heart is open, your mind is calm, and your belief is strong, you will be surprised at how much flows to you. It's like a radio station. If you want to hear peaceful music, you don't turn the dial to chaos. You turn it to calm. Prosperity works the same way. You match the energy of what you desire. You tune yourself not by working harder, but by feeling better, by choosing thoughts that support you, by speaking words that lift you, by treating yourself with the love you've always deserved. There's a reason we feel better when we laugh, when we rest, when we connect to beauty. That is the frequency of prosperity. It's soft, it's nurturing, it's joyful, it's not frantic or harsh. Life blossoms in safety, not in fear. Flowers bloom in sunshine, not in storms. And so do we. So today, begin to shift your energy, not with guilt or pressure, but with love. Take one deep breath. Choose one peaceful thought. Speak one kind word to yourself. That is how we return to prosperity. Step by gentle step. You don't have to change everything all at once. You just need to choose the next loving thought, the next loving action. Say gently to yourself, I align with joy. I align with peace. I align with abundance. These are not just words. They are keys. They open doors within you. They shift your energy. They tune your heart to the frequency of receiving. And now, let us go deeper. Let us look at what lies beneath all this doing, all this striving. Often it is a quiet voice inside that says, I must keep going or everything will fall apart. A voice that learned, maybe long ago, that being still is dangerous, that ease is unsafe, that love or money or peace must be earned through sacrifice. That voice may not be loud, but it has shaped how you live. It may whisper that rest is laziness, that you're not doing enough, that you must fix yourself to be worthy. This voice is not your enemy. It was born from fear, from pain, from a time when you didn't feel safe. It was trying to protect you. It believed that if you kept moving, you might avoid rejection. If you kept producing, you might stay loved. But now, it is time to bring healing to that voice, to sit with it gently and say, thank you for trying to keep me safe, but I am safe now. I do not need to hustle for my worth. I am loved as I am. I am enough as I am. This is what healing the scarcity wound looks like. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about meeting yourself with compassion. It's about understanding that so much of your drive may have come from fear, not love. And once we see that, we can choose differently. You might want to try this. Take a quiet moment today, sit with a journal, and write this simple question at the top of the page. Where in my life do I feel I must earn love or safety? Let the words flow. You may be surprised at what comes up, not to judge yourself, but to understand yourself, to bring light to the places within you that are still trying to prove something. And then write this next question. What would it feel like to know I am already enough? Let your heart answer. Let your spirit speak. This is how we begin to untangle the old patterns, with love, not force, with presence, not pressure. The more you bring awareness to your inner world, the more power you hold to change your outer one. Your prosperity does not depend on being perfect. It depends on being whole. As you bring more love to yourself, you will notice something begins to shift. The need to prove softens. The panic begins to melt. You start to feel a quiet strength, a deeper knowing. I am safe to receive. I am safe to rest. I am safe to be supported by life. Place your hand on your heart now. Breathe softly. Say within, I am worthy of rest, joy, and overflow. Again, I am worthy of rest, joy, and overflow. Let these words comfort the younger part of you that always felt the need to keep going. Let them become your new truth. Now let us gently talk about the body, the sacred home that carries you through every experience. The body speaks. It tells us when we're out of balance, when we're ignoring our needs, when we're pushing too hard. Stress isn't just a mental weight. It lives in the shoulders, the jaw, the belly. It speaks in fatigue, in tension, in aches that seem to linger. And too often we override those messages. We call them weakness. We say, just push through. But your body doesn't need to be forced. It needs to be heard. It needs to be honored. It needs to be loved. When we are constantly hustling, we disconnect from the signals of the body. We stop listening. We move from our minds alone, forgetting that the body holds its own wisdom. Ease is not just a nice idea. It is medicine. When you choose peace, your breath deepens. Your nervous system relaxes. Your digestion improves. Your sleep softens. Your thoughts clear. Every cell begins to respond. Life feels safer inside you, and from that safety, everything begins to bloom. Try this. Pause right now. Close your eyes for a few moments if you can. Bring your awareness to your body. Feel where there is tightness, where there is holding. Don't judge it, just notice. And now take a slow, loving breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Whisper gently, I am safe to relax. I am safe to soften. Let the breath be your reminder that you don't have to live in tension. You can choose a different way. When we allow the body to feel peace, it becomes easier to hear the quiet inner voice, the one that knows when to act and when to rest, the one that guides you not through panic, but through presence. This is the wisdom that leads to true prosperity. Not random action, but aligned, inspired steps that feel good to take. Let this be your new rhythm. Breathe, listen, love. Breathe, listen, love. And as you do, you'll notice that life begins to support you in unexpected ways, not because you hustled harder, but because you created space for goodness to find you. Your body is not the obstacle, it is the guide. Your fatigue is not failure, it is a message, a call to return home. Say gently within or aloud, my body thrives in peace. My mind welcomes ease. Again, my body thrives in peace. My mind welcomes ease. Let these words settle deep within you. Let them be the lullaby that comforts the parts of you still learning that it's safe to slow down. You do not have to outrun yourself anymore. You are already where you need to be to begin. Let this be your starting place, not from pressure, but from peace. Let this be the way forward. You are beginning to feel something soften now, aren't you? A little more breath in the lungs, a little more space in the heart. That's the beauty of choosing a new path, not through pressure, but through permission. And now that we've quieted the noise and listened to the body, let's begin to shift how we move through the world. There is a different way to move through life, a way that doesn't require you to push, to prove, to panic, a way that feels lighter, clearer, calmer. That way is called flow. And flow begins when we stop forcing, when we no longer act from fear or urgency, when we begin to trust that timing is sacred and that inspired action will arise when we are aligned within. So many have been taught that unless you are doing something at all times, you are falling behind. But what if the most powerful thing you could do right now is pause? What if your next great breakthrough won't come from effort, but from alignment? Flow is not a magical word. It is simply the choice to move in harmony with your inner wisdom instead of against it. You still take action, but that action is peaceful, not frantic. It comes from clarity, not confusion. You don't chase. Life brings things to you because your energy welcomes them. Let this idea sink into your being. When you are at peace, you become magnetic to blessings. Let's say it softly. I take inspired action with ease and trust. I do not chase, I attract. Allow this to become your rhythm. When a decision must be made, pause, breathe. Ask gently, what feels light? What feels true? Let your answer rise from stillness, not stress. You may wish to begin each day with a small question. What does my soul want to do today? And then follow the smallest, kindest answer. It may say, take a walk, write a page, make tea, and sit with silence. Trust these small steps. They carry great power. When we listen in this way, we stop running in circles. We begin to move forward, gently, intentionally, and with grace. This is how prosperity begins to grow in your life, not from exhaustion, but from expansion. Now that your actions begin to shift, your definition of success may begin to shift too. You may start to realize that true success is not how much you do, it's how fully you live. It's how deeply you feel peace in your heart. It's how often you return to joy. You are allowed to redefine what it means to be successful. Success can look like a rested body, a calm nervous system, a clear mind, a soft heart, a spirit that feels safe inside your own skin. These are not small things. These are the foundation of all prosperity. So many chase goals without stopping to ask, do I even want this? Does this path feel good? You are now learning to ask those questions. You are now learning to choose not just the destination, but the experience of getting there. Think of yourself as a gardener. You plant with care. You water with love. You trust the soil. You don't pull the plant up every day to check if it's growing. You know that growth is happening, even when you cannot see it yet. This is what aligned action looks like. Trusting the process, honoring the rhythm, loving the journey. Let yourself say, I trust that what I plant with love grows in perfect time. Again, I trust that what I plant with love grows in perfect time. Feel how peaceful that is, how patient, how full of quiet strength. And now that your body, your energy, and your mindset are aligned, you are ready to begin speaking new truths into your life. You are ready to nourish yourself with words that open the door to abundance. Affirmations are not magic tricks. They are gentle reminders to your mind of what is possible. They help you choose a new path each day, and when spoken with feeling, they begin to change the way you see the world and how the world responds to you. Here are a few affirmations to welcome easeful prosperity into your life. I allow prosperity to come to me in expected and unexpected ways. My worth is not measured by what I do, but by who I am. I am open to receiving more than I ever imagined with grace and joy. I do not need to push. I let life bless me. My rest is sacred. My joy is productive. My peace is powerful. You may choose to repeat one of these in the morning as you wake, or while looking into your own eyes in the mirror, or write them down during your quiet moments. Speak them not as a wish, but as a truth already forming. Speak them with love, not pressure. You don't need to believe them perfectly to begin. You just need to let them in. And if you feel resistance, that is okay. Resistance is simply an old part of you that has not yet learned how safe it is to receive. Greet that part with kindness. Say, I hear your fear, but I choose love now. Let that be enough. You are retraining your mind to believe in abundance. You are inviting life to meet you with softness instead of struggle. And the more you speak these truths, the more you feel them. And the more you feel them, the more life begins to respond. You are now walking with a different energy, a new awareness. And as you continue, I want to leave you with this gentle knowing. You are not broken. You never were. You were simply taught to believe that hustle was the only way. But now you know the truth. Now you are remembering that your prosperity was never meant to come from hustle alone. It was always meant to come from alignment, from trust, from joy, from love, from the deep peace of knowing that life supports you, not when you suffer, but when you allow. So take the next step with ease. Let yourself rest without guilt. Let yourself receive without fear. Let yourself dream without limits. The universe is ready to meet you, not with demands, but with delight. Your worth is not in your effort. Your success is not in your struggle. Your prosperity is not the result of pain. It is the natural outpouring of a soul that feels safe, joyful, and alive. Say with me one last time, I am open to a life of easeful abundance. I receive with joy. I live with trust. I prosper with love. This is your truth now. Walk gently in it. Let life surprise you. Let joy find you. Let the flow carry you. You are supported. You are safe. And you are so very loved.